the Oklahoma Sooners and the USC Trojans. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you step onto the field for a USC football game, you know you are in the heart of history. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles has seen more sports than you can imagine. Hosting 2 Summer Olympics in 1932 and 84, it is also set to return for a 3rd Olympic trial in 2028. It was opened in 1923, and more history has happened in the Coliseum than anywhere else in college sports. Back to you guys.
All right, Holly. The Sooners will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Running inside, it's Jordan. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He's out past the 35. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
That's a bang-bang type play, RPO, in and out of the hands of the QB quickly. Just get it into the hands of your playmaker as fast as possible and let him do the rest. When you've got this...
There's a crease. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback may change this route. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. A designed run for the quarterback. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Doing it himself again. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man to the left. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Sooners have their offense in high gear. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Quarterback making checks. Off play action on first down. Gets it away off his back foot. Upstairs he's got it. They bring him down with the big play. Will move the sticks. The Trojans want to move quickly.
Man, that is textbook football 101. It's what every defensive coordinator is yelling on the sidelines. Sudden change. They want to be aggressive, capitalize on the momentum. They force the turnover on defense. Offense, they take a shot down the field, and they connect.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now the offense will back it up 5 and try it on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Going for the big play. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to it. solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. That's the sophomore running back there taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Complete on the shuffle. Could not make his way to the corner.
Man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down.
The Sooners send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. RPO complete to open the drive. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Got room on the return.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass. And that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
This should be the last play of the quarter. On the option. The keeper. Plows through the defense. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Handoff to Xavier. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on third and long. He'll take a shot. And that one is picked off in the end zone. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Might be calling a hot route. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the 1st down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy.
Breaks into the open. The 20. Touchdown, Sooners. Great job by the back on the option.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
He'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Trojans will call on their punt team.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They'll leave it with him, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. For the quarterback. Spins away from the defense. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the...
Maybe some room here. He's got enough for the 1st down, and he stopped after a pickup of 14, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll run out of the gun here with Robinson. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run the option. They get him on the ground as a 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their second. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Right down the middle. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's a give to Robinson. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. How about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to run it. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive runs.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Here's a heat. He's got him. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Back to throw. Time running short in the half. He lets one fly deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look in on BYU, taking on the number 17 team, the Utah Utes. And it's BYU keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Using his feet. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
And I'm not surprised that they're giving him a touch early in this football game, too, because you've seen it throughout the season. Like, they trust their QB to run the football, especially in big-time situations. We'll see that throughout this football game. But he's already over 500 yards.
Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Oklahoma! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll pull it down and run. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On fourth down, looking to pass. Throws into the middle of the field. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. And with the interception, he'll Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Now on the option. The option, he'll keep it. Got a little grass. And he's brought down, and he just about took it all the way. How about the timing on the pitch from this quarterback on the option?
Man, I'll tell you, you just can't quantify how much this guy has meant to his offense running the football. Leads the nation in rushing yards. He's the guy with a target on his back. Every time they take the field, the defense knows who they have to stop, and still, this guy churns out big run after big run.
And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. And he runs it in. The option look. He'll toss it. Got enough for the first. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. And the Bobcats, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll send the back in motion. At the 35, he's open. Running it inside the 30, and finally out of bounds at the 27.
And the old school toss play, huh? A little just toss to the right, get the running back on the run. A little bit more space, too, out wide where you can see, like, oh, where am I going to go? Where's the hole? As opposed to when you run right up the gut. So I like the mix-up. I like changing it up, tossing that fast guy and get him on the perimeter.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. He's shoved out of bounds right at the 6-yard line as they were able to at least keep him out of the end zone. He has 89 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football, look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play, nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting it.
Looking for the end zone. Motion from the back. On the option. Rides the option, he keeps it. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Guys, let's take just a second and talk a little Ohio. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates. Might have a chance. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. There he goes. And he's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the 1st down. And the Bobcats are moving quickly down the field. Running into the open space. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example.
And he breaks the play. He leaves it with the back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Running back searching for a hole. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
It's 3rd and 5. Oh, better look out. Finding some room. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16. The Bobcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Sends it back in motion. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the 1st down. This offense has been running wild in the 1st half, but wait. Touchdown, Bobcat! The Bobcats offense comes out to go to work. Let's see if they can keep that 1st half momentum rolling. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
On the option. Pulls it again on the option. Picks up the 1st down. On the move at the 30. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Ohio! Ohio sends out the offense to start this drive. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Here comes the option. Crosses the 45. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there.
There's some room. They bring him down, a big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. Now the pitch. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play.
Touchdown, Bobcat. Offense working from the pistol. To the ground with the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like,
turning it on. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
and that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Gets the back moving. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. He wants to throw it. Keeps looking downfield. Touchdown, Ohio! Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Going to the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away. And
here's a little room there. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands.
Personal foul. Defense.
It's been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty so important at the college level. And the offense says thank you very much for the bonus yardage, and it'll be first down after the personal foul penalty. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were
breaks into the open. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Bobcats trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the option. Quick toss. Touchdown, Bobcats. The Bobcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Nice tackle there. This free safety coming in like a heat-seeking missile and stopping him a yard short of the first down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Going for the marker on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Bobcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Powers through the defender. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And now on second down for this offense. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Made a defender miss. And we have just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. There is a reason they call this the prettiest little stadium in America. Glad to have you with us from Paulson Stadium. We've reached week 9 of the EA Sports college football season. Contenders, pretenders, starting to separate. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Eagles offense will have the football first. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Bowman.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourself and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Got his man downfield. Flying out to the left. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And sometimes offenses, man, they get caught up with numbers and they need to do so many runs, so many passes. I like when you just trust your quarterback. Like back-to-back explosive passing plays. Let him do his thing. Let him drop back, read the defense.
Back's going for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Eagles. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here's the sophomore quarterback who will be at the controls in this one. Tough day in that last loss, threw a couple of interceptions and did not throw a touchdown pass. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the back. Now on the option. Quarterback keep. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
The Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Johnson looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense has it. They're on the move. There he goes to the right. He is in. Takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers. The extra point here would tie the game.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
Great place to start for this offense. Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Appalachian State.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find their rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give from the gun. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up and throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bradshaw. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Line getting set on 2nd down. Johnson wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. The early scripts have work trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Guys, let's chat about App State. For a lot of schools facing the hill they climb, you have to work the portal. But don't sleep on the high school recruiting either, David. They got a good 3-star running back just this past week.
Yeah, and you create some excitement. You create some momentum. These are the kind of guys that made...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the fumble trickles out of bounds, and a big loss on that play.
I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. On these option plays, you just have to take what the defense gives you. And if that means handing off the dive, or if that means pitching it, you got to do that. It can't always be about you. And I think the quarterback that time was really hoping it was going to be his number called, but there was...
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Mountaineers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Johnson looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. On target over the middle. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Appalachian State comes out onto the field to get the drive started. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got enough for the first. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. The option look. Pulls it on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Across the 45. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the option. Keeps it on the option. The pitch. Makes it past the marker. There's a crease. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
What I like about this running back is he can do it different ways. He can hurt you running between the tackles. He's got great vision, but he's also got a lot of speed. And I love the fact that this offense can go option. They can trust the quarterback to make the right decision, pitch it out to him wide, and then you see the speed. There's so many different ways in the running game. This guy can hurt you, and you saw it right there on that long, explosive play.
Georgia Southern's offense comes out to get this drive started. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Caught in the backfield. It's Helms. Makes the catch, and he's free. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
Man, that's exactly how you execute an RPO. Like quick read, get the ball out of your hand, get it to your receiver in space really quickly on target, and you can make big plays. They made that RPO look so smooth and so effortless.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. They want to run this quarterback. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football. Touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
At the 35, he's loose. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's 1st down. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. Still running at the 35. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. The keeper on the option. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Mountaineers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, App State.
Man, it's so nice to have an offense that can do so many different things and attack you different ways. When you run the option the normal way with a running back, the defense knows how to play it. But how about this? The receiver out wide, now a little confusion. QB takes advantage and punches it in for 6.
He'll bring it out. It's Murphy. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Snagged out of the air. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. play-action fake. Makes the grab. It's held. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They've already converted a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 39. Finds his big tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown, Appalachian State. Special teams proving to be special. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Johnson wants to throw it. Under fire. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
And they'll stop him short of the 1st down, and they've got a timeout if they want to try to get the ball back before halftime. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and take it back. Can they catch him? A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. And the ball is free on the pitch. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. 2nd half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Holly, what's the story as we start this 2nd half?
Guys, I did check in with the App State head coach at the half. Coach reminded his team in the locker room that this is a moment that they can claim some redemption. They've got a lead right now on the road. They lost this game the last time the 2 teams met, but this is their moment to put their foot down. He said, I want us to come out with the most energy we've had all game. Even though we've got a lead, this is where we set the tone for dominance down the stretch. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Gets the back moving. Goes to the option. Keeps it himself. Got enough for the 1st. Could be an alley. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like, it's such a timing and art when you run this option. Like, you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Pulls it on the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Johnson looking to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Running through contact. Touchdown, Eagles. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And I think it's pretty clear. They went into the half and said, we're getting the ball and we're going to be aggressive. And how about the aggressive shot down the field, play one of the second half to start it, and he goes all the way to the end zone. That is how you start a half fast.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll send the back in motion. He goes out of bounds across the 15 at the 16. That's a solid pickup on that one. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Got a man. It's Villa. At the 35, he's got room. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The lone back's got it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field. Don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back. Let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw. But you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
The give on the option. Picks up the first down. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the first down. The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Mountaineers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB-designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Now on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, you know, and the second one, you know, usually he takes me out of the game.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
The Eagles are moving quickly down the field. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Finds the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Eagles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Finding open. Maybe some room here. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Here comes the option. Quarterback keep. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Mountaineers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Give to the running back. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. On the option. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Motion from the back. In the red area, it's Lewis. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. So that touchdown nullified by the penalty in the red zone. Offense set on first down. Gonna run it. It's Lewis. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock.
Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding. Just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Passing on the field goal try. Ball at the 10, and here they come to go for it on 4th and short. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they get it down, short of the first down marker. Poor starting field position here for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Hollins. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier in.
Makes the grab in their space. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
That's just not going to get it done, David. At this point of the game, you're trailing. You've got to pick up the urgency. And this offense is going to have to get more aggressive throwing downfield.
They're going to have to take shots, but I know that, right? The defense knows that. I'm going to stay deep, and I'm going to let you complete all these passes underneath because the clock running is my friend.
The inside handoff. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down.
He lofts one down the sideline. It's a big stride inside the 10. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Defense calls a timeout. 2:07 remaining on the clock. Interesting strategy here to try to maximize their use of the 2-minute timeout. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Look out, he's got room. Maybe a crease. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, App State. And the Mountaineers regain the lead.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25. Motion from the wideout. Johnson wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Hollins. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Defense in press coverage. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. And the Eagles with the 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Dumps it to the back. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes the grab on the left side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. The Eagles land a counterpunch.
Well, the offense defense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
On the ground, it's Lewis. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the option. Keeps it on the option. Got a little grass. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Great job by the back on the option. And the Mountaineers regain the lead.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Fielded in the end zone. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Kicking team's got it. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. So this defense created some confusion and delay, and the delay of game penalty could give the D some momentum here on 3rd and goal. Looking to scramble. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take
option. He'll do it himself, showing off that weight room work as he gets across the 20 and up to the 22. Let's talk about App State. I'm sure you guys saw a great pickup in the backfield. Three-star running back gave a verbal last week. And getting good talent like this is really what programs at this level need to thrive on.
It's pivotal, Reese. And now you got a big commitment at the running back spot with those 3 stars. And now you start to build a class around him. Get everybody else excited. This is how you build a program.
And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. Might have a chance. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. The option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. The Mountaineers will punt this one away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the opening play of this drive comes from the 11. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The run inside. It's Lewis. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Offense backed up inside their own 10-yard line. You got to give yourself some space to work, so you dial up the run play, and your offensive line delivers. Huge holes up front for that big game.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
And the Mountaineers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll keep it on 2nd down. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Mountaineers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Got enough for the first. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Mountaineers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The option look. Keeps it on first down. Finding some room. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it first and goal. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now it's second and goal. He'll do it himself. And he rolls and... Running backs on either side of the quarterback. On the option. He'll toss it. There he goes. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitchman one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option to get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Got a man. It's Avery. Breaks free, and he might be gone. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Brown wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. He's going to lose a yard on that one. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast, you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backwards fly up, and get in the play immediately.
Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Gets the back moving. Goes to the option. The option, the keeper. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal blocking.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now it's first and 20 for the offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He'll pitch it. There's some room. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. The Mountaineers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
Here's the pressure. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll send the back in motion. Slithers into space. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. He's open on the right. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he'll have to boom one from 58 yards out and be mindful to guide it in from the left hash. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And here in the 2nd quarter, we remain all knotted up. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
Ready to start things here in the 2nd half. Georgia State about to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. Turning it on! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. On the option. The option, he'll keep it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Oh, it's picked off. Not the 2nd half start they'd hoped for.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Running inside. It's Butler. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. With the catch, it's Riles. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Panthers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Going to the run, it's Butler. Can't get him to the ground. Here's a little room there. Touchdown, Panthers! And that one will give him the lead. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he puts through the extra point. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Appalachian State comes out on the field to get the drive started. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Might be changing the route. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. And the Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry-up. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Crosses to 40. At the 45 on his way. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. The Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the option, he keeps it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And it's so hard to contain this guy with all those options he has and the experience at the quarterback spot. But nice job by the defense limiting the damage. Didn't give up a huge gain.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFL.
And the Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The corners are walked up tight. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that is beautiful execution by the defense. What do I do with that option? String him along. Don't let him make a quick decision. Don't let it be obvious. Did a good job slow playing it, stretching it out. Everybody being able to run the football, use the sideline as a defender. Nice job by the defense.
Brown will throw it. Looking long. He's got it along the sideline. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you could tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up with that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
Looking for blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. Crosses to 45. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Finding an escape route. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Now the play fake. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Keeps it himself. He'll toss it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll move the tight end. Brown wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. DB's right up on the receivers. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the fourth. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath. Like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Find some fresh air. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
Now the pitch. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Appalachian State. How about this back staying on track and getting it on the option? And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Brown will throw it. On target. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Slips through the line. And there he goes. Touchdown, Mountaineer. Stealing a score on special teams.
What a great return. The home crowd needed something to rally around. big play, and the punt returner says, I got this. Great job following his blocks, making the big play, turning this crowd upside down.
Coming out with it, it's Martin. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Georgia State takes over as the offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Caught over the middle. It's Riles. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. And the Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Butler. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense is trying to run the counter play into the boundary. Those pulling linemen, though, actually led extra linebackers to the point of attack, and as a result, they were able to get a tackle for loss.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. They tied it up with a touchdown drive. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Motion from the back. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He works his way to the 35-yard line, but that's not enough to move the chains, and now a decision to be made on fourth down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And in the final quarter of regulation, we remain tied.
And just not enough leg on that kick. You see it just gets knocked down by the crossbar.
Caught in the backfield, it's Butler. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Brown wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Come to the line at the 42, facing a third and short. The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on third and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Let's see what he can do with it. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
A nice luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Gonna try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. The Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. No fair catches here, looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. What a play all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. The ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. That'll make it a 46-yard field goal attempt for the lead. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. That'll make it a 46-yard field goal attempt for the lead. And he got it! And now they take the lead. This is Jones C. Edwards Stadium in Huntington, West Virginia. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. Now on the option. Pulls it on the option. There's a crease. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. The Mountaineers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first. There he goes. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. They'll run it. It's Lewis. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Looking to throw. Release to the back. And they can't make the connection on third down.